Hey guys, welcome to this tutorial in which we'll connect a Sony FR7 PTZ camera to the middle control app, which can then connect to ATEM switchers, gamepads, VSCA over IP controllers, etc. This tutorial also applies for the Sony ATEM7 PTZ camera with a 1-inch sensor. The pairing process is exactly the same. So first, just a few words on why you would actually connect the Sony FR7 to middle control. Sony offers a native integration already with a web interface, with control panel, but connecting it to middle control can actually enhance your workflow. You will be able to control this camera with ATEM switchers, with ATEM software, ATEM camera control panels. So if you have other Blackmagic cameras, this makes for more unified control. Gamepads, our middle remote, a VSCA over IP companion, etc. through our app. And the last thing is that if you also control DJI gimbals through the APCR Mini, then you can control FR7 along with this gimbal. So you have basically one app that can control DJI gimbals, Sony PTZ cameras, Sony FX3, FX6, and then you have like a multi-view with all of your cameras. And that just gives you a unified experience and a centralized app to have all of this together. So first, we suppose that you're already familiar with just basic operation of the FR7, so you know how to go on its web interface, for instance, and we'll just start from there. So first, download and install the Middle Control software. Connecting to Sony cameras is part of the Middle Control Pro extension, so you have a free trial if you want to test it out. Once Middle Control is installed, then we can head over to the IP cameras here and press the plus button. And then here we're going to type FR7 here and then follow the tutorial. So here we're going to select wired LAN as the only connection available. And it's time to connect the camera to the network. So here we only have one cable. It's a PoE++ Ethernet cable, which powers the camera and also controls the camera. We're going to press next. Then we're gonna go into the web UI of the camera. So basically we just type its IP address here. And so as you can see here, you should have the standard controls and everything. Now back in the Middle Control app, so we go to the next step. And here we're going to start by activating the PC control mode. So for this we go into the settings menu, technical, and then RCP MSU, and then CNS mode, we're gonna put PC control here. And here you have to set the router's IP address, here it's .1, and we're gonna press OK. So next step, in the master IP address, set the IP address of the router that we've done. And now we're gonna turn on the SSH settings. So we go to network here, and then SSH, and then we're gonna turn this on. So we just need to enter a username here and create a password. So we'll just create admin123 and admin123. Okay. So we can start adjusting a few settings here. For full control over your camera settings, you need to make sure that the shooting mode here, the project there, and the base setting is set to custom here. Otherwise, ISO control will not work, gain control will not work, sorry. And you also need to make sure that in the live section here, the shutter here is set to speed. Otherwise, the shutter control won't work. Also, you need to make sure that your white balance here is set to A or B and not the other settings here. Once this is done, you can go back into the app here and then go here and then select your camera here in the drop-down list of the detected cameras. So we have the FR7, we press next, we type in the username and password that we have set right before in the SSH settings, we press submit, and then once this is done, we can press the pair button here, and it will connect automatically to Middle Control. We can create a name here, set, and here we go. Let's just take a quick tour of a few things you can control. First in the gimbal page, you can adjust the pan tilt like so, and this will basically control the pan and tilt of the camera here. We have things like also pan tilt speed if you want to control at a lower speed, etc. And then recenter button, you can of course control the zoom here. And now in the camera page, you have control over, of course, all the basic settings such as ISO here, shutter, and then iris, white balance, tint. And you also have ND filters in this menu here, which we can turn on like so. We can also turn the live view here. So we have a live view of the camera feed. So I can turn the info display on and on like so. I can go into the menus here, and then you can adjust here a few settings remotely too as well. So that's for this part. Then you can create, of course, a multi-view with all the cameras. So here I have just one camera paired, but you can go up to 9 cameras if you have FX3, FX6, etc., and even Sony Alpha cameras. You can start recording, of course. You can take a snapshot of the current frame. If you want to use other controllers than just your mouse, of course, there are plenty of different options. You can check out our videos or the support center, which is always up to date on our website. Basically, for instance, here I have Xbox controller. So the idea is just you turn it on. It's going to be automatically detected here in Bluetooth and Metal Control once it's paired to the computer. And then here to map it to the PTZ head, I just have to press a USB joystick mapping and then press the X axis and then the tilt axis Y and just press here. And it's gonna map the Xbox controller to the FR7. And of course, I can map other settings like here I can map the zoom here. So that we have the zoom control, as you can see as well. If I go here on this lamp here, we can just zoom in here and just adjust. Yeah, here we go there. And then I can zoom out like this. And go to different positions, etc. So yeah, you can use, of course, other controllers. You can do many different things, companion, Visca over IP, many types of controllers. And if you want to use the ATEM integration, so ATEM software, ATEM camera control panels, you can completely do this by going into preferences here and set your ATEM IP address there. And then once you've done that, if you go into ATEM software control, so here you need to check the camera ID here of your camera. Here it was set to 1, so you just put it on 1. And then when you turn on the Sony ATEM link there, you're gonna see that here you have control over the iris, for instance, the gain here, the shutter, like so. You have control over the ND filters. So here, for instance, yeah, variable NDs. Now, unfortunately, on this camera, you won't get access to all of the other settings like contrast, saturation, and color wheels. That's unfortunate, but there's no way we can actually control these settings. But you do have a few settings to play with. That's it for this tutorial. If you're interested in controlling other cameras like the FX3, FX6, Blackmagic cameras, Sony Alpha, well, check out our other YouTube videos. We have plenty of different integrations and a support center with up-to-date documentation. Thanks for watching and see you very soon.